Well, thank you for being here. I'm Kelly Beeson. We start with a new mission in the Atlantic. Crews are scouring the ocean floor in hopes of finding debris from the missing sub that imploded, and they're piecing together a timeline of the Titan's final moments. Investigators say a catastrophic implosion killed all 5 passengers inside. Sunday, the U.S. Navy detected an audio signal that sounded like an implosion near the search area, but they say it wasn't clear that the sub was lost, and top officials felt it would be irresponsible to immediately assume the crew members were dead. NewsNation's Kelly Meyer kicks off our coverage live in Boston. And Kelly, a lot of developments in just the past 24 hours here.
Yeah, Kelly, so much has happened in the last 24 hours, including, of course, learning the tragic fate of those 5 lives that were lost on board. But there is still so much left unanswered, including how something like this could even happen in the first place. That will likely be left to the investigations to come in the days and weeks and months ahead. But the U.S. Coast Guard here in Boston right now tells us they are focused on getting as much information as possible as they can from the ocean floor, from the debris that they are collecting from that ocean floor area, not only to inform the public, but especially those families and give them some sense of closure. Now, we know that that debris was found around 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic, and they discovered 5 different major pieces of debris that they say are consistent with that of the Ocean Gate Titan submersible. Now, this was discovered by those remotely operated vehicles we've been talking about. They say that what they found was consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber, resulting in, as you said, that catastrophic implosion. Now, the Coast Guard didn't go into detail into what exactly that might look like, but experts weighing in on NewsNation this morning, giving this grim outlook of such a catastrophic event. Take a listen.
If there's a breach in the hull, the inside of the submersible actually becomes a vacuum compared to the pressure on the outside. And if there's even the slightest breach, nature takes over, physics takes over, and that outside pressure of the ocean rushes in within milliseconds to implode, to fill in the vacuum in the submersible, and the submersible implodes.
Now, there's a lot of questions today around what the U.S. government knew and when. A senior U.S. Navy official telling NewsNation that they detected a sound on Sunday using a secret underwater system that they say was likely the implosion of the submersible. They say it was heard in the general vicinity of where the Titan was when communications were lost about 1 hour and 45 minutes into the dive. So, as we said, a lot of questions as to why this massive and costly search and rescue exploration continued, and this effort continued into the days this week, into day 5, as we learned yesterday. And they said that they did this because the information they collected, the U.S. Navy collected, was, quote, not definitive, and they wanted to make sure they continued with that search and rescue to salvage the submersible and to try to see if they could salvage any of those lives on board. Kelly.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.